Hello again, folks. So we are still journeying along the Schuylkill and Lehigh, and this is now, if you've been following along and you watched the last video, I showed you the Water Street spur and how it merged in to the Schuylkill and Lehigh main line, and then the tracks disappear into the woods. So this is about a mile and a half from that spot, coming back out of the woods. So I've gone through this. It's super difficult to get through. You can't do it in the summertime. I mean, I guess you could do it, but you'd have to go in no backpack or nothing, because you're going to get caught on stuff. My apologies. And you probably would want to wear pants and whatnot. It's tough to get through. In the fall or in the winter, it's a little easier, but it's still tricky. So anyway, you come out of the woods, and then it becomes active again. So this is now the Norfolk Southern Evansville Industrial Spur. And they run trains up here. Now I've lived or known about these tracks since the early 90s. And I used to spend a lot of time in my teens out here in the Lake Onalani area. I've only ever seen a train one time on these tracks in all those years. So it is active, and I've seen railfan videos of this train running. So I know it runs. I mean, they pull cement out of the Heidelberg cement plant, and they bring a lot of cement out of there. It's a very active cement plant. So I know they've got to get a fair amount of trains up and down, but it might be a night runner. Really not sure. I doubt we will see a train on these tracks today, but if we do, that would be a rarity, and I'd be okay with seeing that, but chances are we're not going to see a train on these tracks today. I did find something interesting. I'm going to take you on a walk. It's a bit of a walk to get there, so this is your disclaimer. If you would like to fast forward while we're walking along the tracks, you can do that. Once you see us veer off the tracks, we've reached the spot that I would like to show you. In the meantime, we're just going to take a nice little walk. This is a large cement facility that is going to be up here on our left. Huge open pit quarry. Huge. I can't get you any pictures of it. Maybe I'll throw something in the community section, Google Earth picture. It's a large facility here. To our right is Lake Onalani. I'll get you a better view of that in a minute. Did discover something new today that I was really excited to find. I think you guys are going to think it's pretty cool too. I don't usually like to walk in the gauge, but it's a little easier. And since the train's only coming from one direction, we'll have a chance to get out of its way. So that's Heidelberg cement there. Huge facility. I used to know it as Lehigh cement. I think it might have been Allentown cement at one time. It's Heidelberg Building Materials now, I think. Might have been Evansville cement. We're in Evansville. Evansville is just a little village. Might have mentioned this before, but I believe that some of Evansville is actually under the lake. There's house foundations and even an old stone arch bridge for old roadway under the lake now. When the lake gets really, really low, sometimes it'll pop out too, but I've never seen it personally. Sorry about the shakiness. Last time I was out here, it was a very calm day. It wasn't much of a breeze, and I got killed by mosquitoes and horseflies. I've been faring much better today. Some gnats, but other than that, we're good. Unfortunately, I am starting to see the spotted lanternflies pop up again. Haven't seen tons of them, but they definitely do damage to the trees. Okay, so now we've got this culvert here. Newer culvert. Big cement tubes probably produced right behind us at the cement plant. So the last time I was here, I saw this bridge abutment that we're walking up on. And I was like, you know, why? Actually, I was speculating that it was a bridge abutment because it looks like one, as you'll see in a minute. And I was like, why is this here? Because you go across, it's just a lake. So, then I got to thinking, all right, well, the lake's only been here, I think, since the 20s. The Schuylkill and Lehigh has been around since the 1870s. But then I'm thinking, all right, well, if that's the case, this would be a stone abutment and not concrete. If it was the original, right-of-way, big hunk of steel there. Take a look at the lake real quick, and then I'm gonna go back up there, and I'm gonna show you what I discovered, which has got me not confused, but just curious as to what it could be. All right, so here's Lake Onalani, part of it. This is a huge lake. Again, this is part of towards the northern end of it. So all along that wood line there, and then all the way up, way up, the Schuylkill and Lehigh continues to run through those woods. So you can follow that all the way back to the bridge abutments that I was at earlier today. I have gone through there, it's tough. All right, so now I showed you this bridge abutment. And you can see that's new there. Not new as in like yesterday, but it's not from when the Berks County Railroad, or the Schuylkill and Lehigh, was running. So I was hoping to find a stamp somewhere on this. I don't see anything, although you can see there's where possibly a piece of wood was in there, maybe? That's kind of neat. It kind of just looks thrown together, but you're probably thinking, all right, Cab, get to the point. We're gonna go get to the point right now. You come through here, you guys see what I see, right? Railroad bed. Sure enough, you climb up here and there are rails. Couldn't believe it. I was really, really stoked to see that old railroad tie. So, you know, the bed's been removed, but it lines up perfectly with that bridge abutment or support or whatever it may have been. So, let's go follow these tracks, okay? I've never seen these before. This is the first time today that I've seen these tracks. I had no idea they were here. So I'm wondering, is it the original grade? And then the grade was then moved to accommodate for the lake coming in? Or, because right here, that's the active line there, the active S&L or Evansville Spur, Norfolk Southern. So I'm wondering, is this original Berks County Railroad here? Is this just some sort of siding or spur that was part of all the cement industry that's going on right here? I couldn't get a date off the rails. They're very heavily oxidated. And I don't have any chalk with me to really try to highlight what the date may be. I'm sorry for that. I meant to bring chalk today and I completely forgot. Okay, so then the rails are cut right here. And they're gone. And then it kind of looks like it could line up. You can't tell, but right where my finger's pointing, again, it's the active line. It looks like it could have gone right into there and just spurred and then come back this way and then went down and crossed that bridge for whatever reason, and then it all just disappears, it falls apart there. I don't know what happens after that. So let's see if we can get down to the, I don't know if we can get down that way. No, we can't. You know what, I'm gonna wrap this one up, folks. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up and I'm gonna root around and see what else we can find. And I will see you in the next one.